Hello there everybody, Oymon here, and welcome back to PowerWash Simulator, where when we last left off, I think we'd end up saving the entire city, town, I'm not entirely sure what, maybe even like county, from a volcano by cleaning an ancient Atlantean, I think, statue which fired a laser beam at it, because that made sense. And we're also now moving on towards, continuing to save everybody from the volcano that has been sort of looming large over the entire place. It is quite weird and very strange. Not entirely unexpected, I suppose, for a game like this. They sort of hinted at an awful lot of stuff over the time. I mean, you could see there that the volcano is definitely getting ready to blow, I would say. So, yeah, it's a thing. And honestly, I'm personally, I am very much hoping for a level at some point where we actually get to go into the volcano and use our power washer to subdue it or something. That's probably not going to happen. That's probably stretching the level of realism they wanted on this a little too far, but personally I would like that. Maybe they can do that as a bonus level or something, but probably not again. But yeah, anyway, volcano going big time, and we're not looking too good. But anyway, we've got a boat to finish cleaning, which is actually looking pretty bloody dirty right now. But we're getting there. We're almost done with this one anyway. I don't know how many more levels we're going to have on this. Want you to know where that amazing smell was coming from? Won't forget as long as I live. I feel like I've forgotten the context for that guy's conversation. Looks like all these cats at the marina have caught a whiff of it too. Oh, well, they're cats. Yes, because there's also been the subplot of the mayor's missing cat. Are there cats at the marina? Looks like there's a seal over there. I never noticed that before. Oh, in fact, there might be one there too. Is that... Are those cats? No, those are cats. Are those cats? Nope. Those are cats. And they're all looking out at the ocean. That's very strange. Are we going to get Atlantis to rise out of the sea? Is that what's going to happen? I mean, we did have the thing that fired the energy beam at the volcano, and the volcano seemed to calm the fuck down after doing that. And then... yeah, I really don't know where the hell this is going at this point. They're judging me? Well, yeah, they're cats. That's what they do. That's literally the point of a cat. It judges. Everything you have ever done in your life is judged by cats. Also, hello, Jagoff. Nice. Hey Kane, Atlantis and judgmental cats, and you should have tried watching this sooner. Yeah, this game is wild. It starts off so innocuously. Like you're just a person. I was gonna say you're a guy, but you don't really know what gender you are. You're just a person setting up a washing company, and yeah, by the ends of it, you've cleaned an aeroplane with a doomsday laser installed on it, owned by a millionaire. You've helped a corrupt mayor escape custody. Let's see what else has gone on. Yeah, as I said, you've cleaned uncovered ruins and statues and stuff from what I think is supposed to be Atlantis. I could be wrong on that. And those are just the ones I can remember off the top of my head. Yeah, this game is an absolute fucking trip. In the best way possible. This game is so wild. I love it. And you wouldn't expect it, you know? It's kind of like what I always said. You remember years ago when I was playing House Flipper about how I wanted to do like a House Flipper game that starts with you cleaning up the house, and then after like half an hour it suddenly takes a hard right turn into being a horror game? It's kind of like that, only not a horror game. Sweet. This could take a while. You should get this game. I think everybody should get this game. It's great. Alright. Not a horror game yet. Well, you know, I mean, there was that house I had to clean with those weird symbols and sigils on it that was supposed to be the language of angels, so, you know. You never know. You just never know when that twist could happen. Politically not a symbol is why the volcano is going to erupt. Well, you never know. Could be anything, really. Alright. Woohoo. All right. So I did say yesterday that I might talk about it today because I've got a bit more free time, what with this being a slower paced game compared to Dead Space. But What do you guys think of the Nintendo Direct? Because I got thoughts, man. I got thoughts about that. Kane says, Jago says, Baton Katos remaster wins it all. Yeah, I remember you saying you were quite excited about that. But, yeah, I mean, for me, like, it's not the best Direct we've ever had. I don't even know what I would consider to be the best Direct I've ever watched from them, but I will say I was genuinely kind of happy. Well, happy might be too strong a word, but this Direct felt better than any Direct we've had for a while. Like, I feel like this Direct, and I was chatting with this with another friend of mine last night. Not last night, even it was the night before. It was the night of the Direct. And I was basically saying, like, it feels like it's the first Direct for a while where there's kind of a little something for everyone. Not a lot. And I will say that it is still a big problem I feel with Nintendo, is that they almost to a fault very heavily focus on the JRPG crowd, which is something I've noticed in a lot of the more recent Directs, is that that's kind of a lot of what we get from them. It's like, it is just JRPG, strategy JRPG. Oh look, here's an action ARPG, just to mix things up a little bit. I get it. JRPGs are popular with, you know, the Japanese crowd, and Nintendo is a Japanese company, but my god, the Switch is just nothing but JRPGs at this point. And I like some JRPGs. I mean, you know, I've said before, I like Final Fantasy. Although I will say that I think Final Fantasy is one of the very heavily westernized JRPG series. Like, you know, it barely even feels like a JRPG at this point. Maybe in the characters and the settings, perhaps, but mechanically it doesn't feel like a JRPG anymore. But, yeah, so for a very long time, like, the last couple of years worth of Directs, with perhaps the exception of the one where they sort of just dropped that they were getting fucking Dread, you know, Metroid Dread, it just felt like it was just JRPG after JRPG. And that was it. And then occasionally you just get a small bunch of indie games that were just coming out elsewhere anyway, so what's the fucking point? But as I say, this one felt a little bit better. I think in general, I mean, it started with Pikmin 4, of course. Now, I actually really like Pikmin. I've played Pikmin 1 and 2. I haven't quite got around to finishing Pikmin 3 yet. I do need to get on that now that Pikmin 4 is coming out later on this year. That's going to have to be on my to-do list. But I like Pikmin. So, you know, Pikmin 4, looking forward to it. Hopefully it'll be good fun. We'll just have to see on that. There we go. What did we have after that? Well, there wasn't too much. I mean, there was that Splatoon thing. I genuinely couldn't care less about Splatoon. I don't know if any of you guys like Splatoon, but I do not. I know, you're shocked that I don't like an almost exclusively online multiplayer game. I know. Shocking, I know, but it's true. Then, as Jago said, there was the Baton Katos remaster, which I've never played that game because I can't stand deck builders. I hate the idea, especially if you're like in a deck builder way, like you build your deck, but then you have to like hope that random chance favors you, and I hate games that rely on random chance over basic skill. Like that is like something I really hate. It's the main reason I'm not a huge fan of roguelikes. You know, I can deal with a roguelike, that's not a problem. But I hate the idea that you can be doing really, really, really well, and then you just get completely fucked over by because you just get a bad dice roll or something. And it's just like, you know, you can just waste so much time because of that. And that's why I'm just not a fan of that kind of thing. So, you know, not my kind of game, probably not going to play it. Of course, the big one, for me at least, was the absolute out of nowhere, even though we kind of already had it predicted. Frankie's trying to get you into Splatoon, it just doesn't click for me. I don't like online competitive games. That is the bottom line, that, like, if it's an online game and if it's competitive, I'm not going to like it. I don't like competitive games in general. Like, my competitiveness was beaten out of me by my siblings as I was growing up. So, you know, I do co-op. Like, I'll do, you know, cooperative games. That's fine. Like, I played co-op Minecraft and stuff a whole bunch. But, yeah, competitive games are a no-no for me. It's just really not my jam. So yes, no Splatoon for me, thank you. But, yeah, of course, as I said, the big one for me, just shadow dropping fucking Metroid Prime HD. Just out of nowhere, my favorite game of all time gets a shadow dropped remaster. I'm like, I should be happy about that than I actually am. Like, I should be absolutely jumping off the fucking walls ecstatic with that news, and yet I just can't be. Because all I'm thinking is, my god, it should be the fucking trilogy. Why are we just getting the one? There it is. Alright, so the roof wall, apparently. Still got dirt on it somewhere. So they could sell you all things. Yeah, I know! Because it's like, well, we're going to end up... I mean, I will say this. At least it's not 60 fucking quid. It's 40 quid, which... Okay, it looks like they've put effort into it. Like, it doesn't look like it's just a HD-ified version of the original GameCube one. It looks like it's been remade from the ground up. Still the same game, you know, kind of like a shot-by-shot remake. But still, what's a fair lead? One of those things. All right, which one is glowing? Ah, it be you. The anchor pipe. This? Ah, this. Ding. And a supply crate. What the fuck's a supply crate? Is it this thing up here? Bingo! Hello, can you come and wash my recreational vehicle again, please? By Harbour Shore, huh? Well, I guess I can. That's your exactly. Yeah, I get it, because it's like, as I say, it's not like they haven't obviously put effort into it. They have. So I can understand them wanting to charge a chunk for it. But it should have been the trilogy. Here's the thing. If they'd have done the trilogy at like £60, that would be great. Because it is worth pointing out, Metroid Prime is 20 years old. It will be 20 years old next month. Should we really be paying, you know, 40 quid just for an updated version of a 20-year-old game? I don't know. I mean, I'm still going to buy it. Of course I'm still going to buy it, because I'm a huge Metroid fan, and I'm an absolute fucking shill for that stuff. But that doesn't mean I can't complain about it, whilst I'm also giving them my credit card details. Alright, what we got next? Clean, clean, clean. Yeah, the outside of this was a goddamn nightmare. Ding. She looks so good, I don't know if I can bring myself to put her back in the water, although how else am I ever going to find the source of that incredible aroma? Fair. Weird. Oh, that's right. No, wait. Didn't someone else say that they were out at sea and something happened to them? I don't know. Big wave. Something big wave. Recreational vehicle. Again, 600. Doesn't look dirty. My transport is dirty and making me so sad. Please clean it up so I can smile once more. Okay, this is something else. This is a trap. This is not this. Something suspicious here. That vehicle is clearly clean, and this person is not speaking normal English. What is this? What is about to happen? Okay. I like how Jaguar says aliens about 2 seconds before that happens. Well timed. I was thinking it was alien, so maybe it wasn't. Oh, it looks like it crashed. Well, that's... So it was aliens the whole time? It wasn't Atlanteans? Oh, I kind of would have preferred it if it was Atlanteans, I think. Well, okay. Cerulean Sky. Positive perception and relax. This isn't an alien invasion or anything weird like that. We're simply time-traveling scientists from the year 2278. Right, okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. I told you, man, this game just goes places. Nice. So yeah, anyway, getting back to the Direct. I said I'm not like ecstatic about the Metroid Prime remaster, but I will probably, well, I will definitely be buying it, and I might give it a one-off stream here once I actually get it, because I'm waiting for the physical release to come out, because I prefer to own physical games on console, always have, and yeah, I just prefer that. So once the physical release comes out on the 3rd of March, you know, I'll buy it, and maybe I'll give it just a one-off stream, just like my first impressions, just to see how it holds up and all that. Because, I don't know what we got. That's still dirty, is it? There it is. But there was a few other nice surprises. I think biggest surprise, like, just out of nowhere, oh my god, that's a thing, was they're making another Professor Layton game. Like, that one really surprised the hell out of me, because I love the Professor Layton series. I've got all 6 of the games. I've even got, like, the movie on DVD. That's how much of a fan of Layton I am. And, I love the Layton series, so I'm really happy they're making another one. And it'll be interesting to see where it goes, because I know they did make, what was it called, like Lady Layton or something like that? I never played it, because, I was excited about it when I heard about it, then I completely forgot it existed. It came out, then I, like, remembered, or I was reminded of it, or something like that, and then I looked into it, and apparently it wasn't very good. A lot of people found it very annoying. Which was a shame, I thought. But, yeah, the original 6 Professor Layton games are very good puzzlers. Sometimes a little overly simplistic, perhaps. You know, they do aim at a slightly younger audience. But they are very, very good games if you're into puzzles. So, I would always recommend them if that's your jam. You never played any of the Professor Layton games, Jagoff? As I say, I would recommend it. If you're into that sort of puzzle game, with an emphasis on, like, a narrative, worth looking into. I don't know exactly which one you should start on. I'm trying to think. Like, if you were to just pick up one randomly, I would probably start with Lost Future, which is the third released game, and it's like the last game in the timeline, and it's the final game in the original trilogy, because it kind of did the Star Wars thing where they did game 1, 2, and 3, but then they went back and they did 3 prequel games. So you've technically got, like, the 4th, 5th, and 6th games released are actually the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd ones in the chronology. And now the new one looks like it's going to be the 7th game, because it's supposed to be, like, obviously, you know, New World of Steam, and it was sort of vaguely implied at the end of the last one, spoiler alert, I suppose, that Layton might go across to America, the New World. Maybe that's where they're going with it, maybe not, but, that sort of open door was left at the end of Lost Future. But Lost Future, I would say, is the best of the original trilogy, and is my personal favorite. Someone hit us using technology that we're unfamiliar with, disabling our entire systems with a strange substance, forcing us to crash land. Fair enough. But yeah, Lost Future is my favorite. Till our vehicle is completely clean, we're stuck here. Someone hit you with sand? Oh, I get it. Sand. They don't like sand. Their last name is Sky. Skywalker. This is all connected to the Star Wars universe. Also, it can use a wash anyway. Fair enough. But yeah, Lost Future. That's the one to play. It's got my favorite story, which is legitimately quite sad. I won't spoil it for you, but the ending is like, oh my god, that's awful. And well, not awful, but you know, it's tragic. And yeah, it's I think that would be a decent one to just jump into, because you don't really need to know too much about it. The original trilogy, you know, which is Curious Village, Pandora's Box, and Lost Future. Although I think it's Diabolical Box and Unwound Future in America. I think they renamed those two, so I could be wrong on that one. But the original trilogy, there is a sort of a loose thread to it, but not really. You can more or less jump into any game. But with the prequels, there's definitely more of a flowing narrative to it. Because with the prequels, it started with Spectre's Call, and then technically, canonically at least, there's the movie that happens next, which is Eternal Diva. Good movie, by the way. It's one of the actual this is a good video game movie ones, mostly because it's actually canon within the story of the universe. Then you have Miracle Mask, which is fine, but that one introduces some really big elements that come into play in the third one, which is Azran Legacy. So yeah, the prequel trilogy, it's harder to jump into in just a random game. Not to say you can't, but, you know. But if you're just going to play one randomly, Lost Future, I think, is a good one to start on. But yeah, I mean, a new Layton game coming out on the Switch, I might play it. You know, I might actually just play that on stream. It depends on how it, you know, how it works. If it's still got that Layton magic, because as I said, Lady Layton apparently wasn't very good. Had some odd mechanical choices. Haven't played it, so I can't judge. And what else did we get? Oh, there was the Katamari Damacy. No, it's not Katamari Damacy. That's the other one. It's Katamari something or other. The second Katamari game, which is apparently better than the first one. I've not actually played either of the Katamari games. No particular reason. Just one of those game series I haven't got around to playing. I think I own the re-release of the first one. Katamari Reroll or something like that. I think I got it on Steam. I just, as I say, haven't gotten around to playing it yet. Just one of those things. Might stream that at some point too. I think what else there was. But anyway, that's kind of my point when I was saying there was kind of a little something for everybody. Because usually it's just like, here's a JRPG. Here's another JRPG. Here's a JRPG set in the modern times. Now we're going back to a JRPG set in a medieval fantasy world. Because you've never seen that shit before. But yeah, not too bad. Some decent stuff to look forward to. And of course we're still waiting on more actual information about Zelda. Which Nintendo just doesn't really seem to want to share for some reason. You know, it's their next, like, big game. Honestly, my hype for the new Zelda game has just died. Like, I'm just not even remotely excited. I will almost certainly end up getting it and playing it, but it's kind of like my hype for Prime 4. It's just like, it's been so fucking long. Like, you announced it way, way too early. And the hype is just dead at this point. I'm sure it'll build back up once we actually get some information about Prime 4. But, whoop, hello. But until then, I can't get excited about something I know bugger all about. God damn it, stop making me fall off. Hey, Limit, how you doing? What's good? This game, that's what's good. Came here to solve the historical mystery as to why Mount Rushmore suddenly became so angry and then just suddenly stopped. Well, that's understandable. Not known to you guys yet, but Rushless is the master key for the entire Pacific Ring of volcanoes. When it blows, they all blow. Oh. Last time that happened, we said goodbye to the dinosaurs. I'm pretty sure they were wiped out by a meteor, not by anything else, but sure, whatever, why not? Because every world has a slightly different canon. Anyway, we were just talking about Wednesday's Nintendo Direct, just sort of summarizing my thoughts on it, just generally. Excuse me. Just in general. Oh, actually, yes, let's have that. The only way to stop the volcano is to go inside and douse it with water. You know, I was saying earlier, I kind of want that to be a level in this game, but I don't think it's going to be. Even by this game's bizarre and wacky standards, that might be asking too much. I'd love that to be a level, don't get me wrong. That would be fantastic and hilarious. But I don't think it's going to be. That's my point. Also, it seems like them saying that if this volcano goes off, then the entire Pacific Rim goes off. Which I'm like, well, that's a thing. So not only am I currently fighting to save this tiny little town around here, Muckingham, and indeed the entire local area, but it would appear I'm actually fighting to save probably the entire human race. You know, no pressure, except for the pressure in my washer. I beat you to the joke. Look, I know I'm not always the quickest wit, but I do like to think I can occasionally come up with a good joke. We flew close to the volcano in the dead of night, FYI, with just a few lights on. Fair enough. We were spotted and shot down by a jet plane, and now this timeline is all over the place. Jet plane? Was someone leaving on it? Our data now suggests that Mount Rushmore has passed the point of no return and is going to blow. Not if I can help it. I don't know how, but apparently I'm gonna. So I guess these guys aren't connected to the ancient statues, so maybe my theory about Atlantis is correct. Plane you cleaned with the laser cannon. I was wondering that. That thought did cross my mind. I was going to mention it. But, thinking about other things. But yes, the idea of that being the thing in question is entirely plausible. Hold on. Got that. Alright. I wonder if we're going to get to see this thing fly off into the sky. What's its game? Probably not, sadly. Models tend not to move all that much, which is kind of a shame. Where's those last little bits on that bloody ring? Ah. Always gotta check underneath. What am I missing on that? I don't know. We got that, we got that. By the way, how was our early 21st century parlance? Most of Zera's anthropological archives were lost in the Second Martian War of 2145. Alright. And how nice is red velvet cake? We're definitely going to replicate that long lost recipe if we manage to get back to the future. I don't know. I've never had red velvet cake. From what I understand, isn't it essentially just like chocolate with colouring? I think there was a meme floating around about that, like people who make fun of, who like over-explain that red velvet is like just, you know, chocolate with a colour. I'm like, well, fine. But let's be honest, half of what taste is what you see, just as much as what you actually eat. Because taste is really fucking weird like that. Alright. Almost done. Hopefully. Right, almost done. Getting there at least. Just realized I've had the long one on for a while now. That's better. Alright, what the hell am I missing? Disc. Don't see any more dirt patches. Why aren't you using the three-pointed nozzle? Because I completely forgot that existed. Shush. Come on, there's gotta be some tiny piece of dirt kicking around somewhere. Looks like there's a big patch missing somewhere, but... I don't have a little step ladder, do I? Hang on. Nope, can't see one. That's annoying. Anyway, it's 4 o'clock, so we're trying to find out what little tiny weeny little bit I'm missing in a minute. So there's a couple of bits and pieces Just a few things, but not a huge amount. Anyway, so yeah, we'll polish this off, and then we'll see what the fuck happens next. Because at this point, I don't know. Could be bloody anything. I'll be cleaning a giant walking mech or something next. I have no idea. But anyway, back in a minute. And we're back. Alright, actually, tell you what. Let's have some highlights going and see what we got. Nice. Alright, that's that. Ooh. Did I miss a bit? Nice. We got this, whatever this is. Whoop, I'm assuming the other one is, yeah, the other side. Landing hinges. Ah. Way, I stand bloody corrected. Well, at least he didn't break my fucking ladder. What did I say? I wonder if this is going to take off when I'm done. Also, somebody said they just discovered something amazing. Okay. Systems are fully operational. Spectral analysis reveals a trace mineral with unusual properties. Not enough time between now and the eruption to fix things here, but we've got a lead that might help us solve things in the past. You'll know we were successful if you ever see us again. You'll know we weren't if Rushless explodes and the skies go dark for 20 years. Fun. Clean the Lost City Palace. What did I say? Are we... Okay, fine. Fine. I called it. I fucking called it. I mean, it was pretty obvious by this point, but I fucking called it. Just saying. Harper and I hitched a ride on the fishing boat to search where the hands of the statue were pointing. Yeah. And I know it sounds crazy. I think we found the lost city of Atlantis. Only it's in the Pacific. No wonder it was lost. That's a fair fucking point, actually. So it should be the lost city of Pacifists? Pacifists? Yeah. Regardless, it has recently resurfaced, and judging by the clams, that is clams, not claims, it must be at least 8,000 years old. Anyway, this place definitely looks related to those statues in the desert, but we need you to head over and give it a clean. There's a lot beneath the dirt and it'll help us make sense of it. Harper suggests getting in touch with Cal and seeing if Flo can fly you over. Hope that makes more sense to you than it does to me. Alright. I'm assuming doing this will somehow, like, pull the lava out of Rushless. Oh god. Oh god. A fucking Mount Doom up in here. Oh, that can't be good. Well, let's get started. Are you drooling too, or she? It's possible for anywhere to smell more delicious than that place. I can't smell it. So I'm walking through a huge bowl of shrimp cocktail with the Mary Rose sauce just right, dash of Tabasco, squeeze of lemon. Also, the number of cats at the arena was unbelievable. How we got the boat out without a host of feline stowaways, I've no idea. Is this a pyramid? Yes! This is the... I called it, Jagoth. This is the lost city of Atlantis. It rose up from the depths, presumably after we cleaned off the statue. And we are now doing this in order to save the world. And as I said before, the volcano is really fucking going for it. GG. Yeah, this game's wild, but in the best possible way. Also worth pointing out that we got here via a helicopter and other people got here via the boat I cleaned, so the only reason we were even able to find this place and presumably stop Rushless from blowing up is because I've been running around helping people keep their shit clean. So it all comes back, it all comes together in the end. It was the gnomes. It was the gnomes the whole time. They were helping. The gnomes were pointing the way. I'm going to get that out of the way anyway. This one's probably going to take a while. This made me wonder, is this the last level? Might well be, actually. I mean, I guess there could be one more level after this, like a, oh, let's return to something more normal kind of level, but I don't know, this feels very last level-ish to me. Ooh. Wait. What? Hang on a fucking second. Hang on. Hang on. Hang the flip on. That's a plane. That is very clearly a plane. Those are those airport wind things. And I think that's supposed to be like me. Because you got a little water thing. He's got the like the gas mask and stuff. I wonder if this is translatable. Because I'm seeing a double letter up there. So this could actually be like an actual language. Like, you know, it's probably just a basic substitution cipher kind of thing. But I could see that being a thing. As like a gag. That these devs would do. And that's me at the fairground. Oh god. Am I the chosen one? Is the prophecy finally being fulfilled? Could be. Ah, that's the toilet. That was the that's the toilet one that I cleaned. Oh, there must be like a thing online where this can get translated. There must be. I mean, it could just be gibberish, but I don't know. It feels too intentional for that. Oh, that volcano is really fucking going for it out there. Christ. Look, I'm going as fast as I can, okay? But I've been doing this for about 15 minutes now. And I've done a grand total of 6%. Anyone else can use a power washer in this universe? No, apparently not. Stuff's too caked on for the normal stuff, but this doesn't really work very well on floors. Try soap? Could. Soap doesn't really have the distance on it, so I wouldn't really be able to use it on the roof and stuff. Do I have any actual, like, climbing stuff? Ah, I do have that. Well, that's good, because this thing is huge. I don't think I'm actually going to polish this off today. It is so big. Okay, I am sure that is actually getting worse the longer I take. That is probably not good. Hey, it's Cal. I'm on my way back to Rushless to see what's going on. Don't. Reports of volcanic activity across the entire Pacific Rim. Yeah, I was kind of warned about that. Probably should have warned other people too, but probably wouldn't have believed me. This really doesn't sound good. Relax, I'm working on it. One thing at a time, please. the sound of your power washer or the volcano. I think that's definitely the power washer, don't worry about it. I mean, the volcano itself ain't looking too good, I'll be honest with you, but... There appeared to be like a thing up there. Interesting. Sounded like rumbling, so it was hard to tell. That's fair. Alright. Still need to clean enough of the floor for it to go ding. Come on. I think I'll switch back to you briefly. I have to get some of the bits I missed. How much do I need to get? Alright. Literally looking for tiny little flecks of dirt to clear off this atrium floor bit. There it goes. Alright, and that's good enough. Also, I'm getting cramp in my foot. Ow! Alright, well, I think this is a decent enough place to take a quick break. I don't think I can finish this one off today. I mean, I've been here for a little under an hour and I've only managed to do about 31%. And I get the feeling this is going to be a big job. Probably this is the last level. There might be another small one after this, but I do get the feeling this is probably the end of the plot. So yeah, let's save the world. But as I say, that will probably end up being on Monday when I wrap all this up. Anyway, I'm going to go and walk this cramp off because that's quite painful right now. And I'll be back in a minute. See you in a sec, guys. And we are back. Alright, let's stick with the inside for now. We'll do the ceiling in a minute. Let's finish off the walls. Bird and a boat. Yep, I think I know what that one is too. So these are the houses. I think, yeah, these are the houses that I did in the woods. That's like the shoe house. That's the cottage. And that's the house where the Bigfoot guy was. That one never went anywhere, did it? Hang on a second. Apparently I just got a text message. What is that? One second, I think I'm gonna deal with this. Back again. Alright, sorry about that. Real life gets in the way sometimes. Hey. And look, there's the church I cleaned too. Lovely. Right. Can I get up there? I don't know. Oh, maybe. Yeah, nailed it. Nice. Good, 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 good. Right, bloody ceiling time. That statue is of you, right? Maybe. Although I'm not wearing orange, I'm wearing blue. I didn't buy the orange get up. I mean, I could. As if to be worshipped as a god by an ancient underwater civilization destroyed thousands of years before your birth. A little odd. I mean, it's not the most normal thing to happen. Or maybe it is. Maybe for this person I'm playing, this is just Tuesday. Get up, get up. Get up. Jump. Thank you. Get super extendo. Hey, there we go. This is gonna be annoying. Whew, nice. I think that's all of the downstairs stuff. It's looking very pretty. Alright, time to move up a level. Or should we start on the outside here first? Yeah, let's do the outside here first. Alright, let me grab... Come here, you. Yoink. I'll double check that there isn't... there's no ladder. There's just the scaffolding. Right, that's looking very nice, but it's still not 100% clean yet. What am I missing? Maybe the back. While we're in here. There it is. Falling. Okay. Let's switch to that. Good, good. Let's see if we can, well, probably won't be able to, but you never know. I'd like to say we can get this clear before before I gotta go. Maybe, maybe not. I guess we'll see how it works. Yoink. Very good. Alright, well, we are 55% of the way through, which 2 hours along, I suppose not too bad. But yeah, the I believe I'm going to end up saving the entire goddamn world, but we've still got quite a ways to go on this yet. And yeah, that volcano is looking troubling. Definitely troubling. But we'll keep working, chipping away at things on the outside, back on the inside to do the upper floor, and then probably back on the outside to do the actual pyramid part, I guess. I don't know. I'll sort of make it up as I go along. But hey, we're 55% of the way through, and that took 2 hours. So hopefully, as originally predicted, we'll be wrapping up on Monday, because I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last one. I mean, looking at this, yeah, I'm like right at the cusp there, so pretty sure this is the last one. There might be one like final small thing as a little wrap up after this, but probably not. So we'll use the remaining sort of 3-hour session on Monday to wrap this one up, wrap up the plot. If there is a bonus one, after this all wraps up, then great, fine. If not, then I'll just fill up the time. I'll do a couple of bonus jobs or something like that. Just fun, random little stuff. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.